Hi folks, this is Elgin, Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant. And I want you to really focus on this book cover. Drawing the Human Head by Burne Hogarth. Okay. If you are serious about becoming a caricature artist for real, to make money, not just for fun, to become a pro caricature artist, that is the most, well, one of them. I have several books that I recommend. Tom Richmond's book is one of them. You'll find that review on this site if you just scroll down. Get Tom Richmond's book, by the way. But this particular book, trust me, this book right here by Burne Hogarth, is a book that you need. You need this book. And I can't emphasize that more strongly, and this is why I'm talking about it today. I recently got an email from a beginning caricature artist who wanted me to critique their work. And their work was good in that their people looked like people. Okay, I could see that they had some skill in drawing people. But what I immediately saw is something that I see with so many beginning artists, and it's this. There was a lot of guesswork involved, and I could tell right away by the flatness of this particular artist's drawing, rather their rendering of the faces, was that they really didn't understand what's happening underneath the face. That means the bone structure. Okay? This is something that so many beginning caricature artists, and sad to say, so many experienced caricature artists neglect. You must know what the bones are doing underneath. Think of caricature like this. Think of a face like an article of clothing that hangs on a hanger. Okay? The hanger, in this analogy, are the bones. The skin hangs on the bones. And based on how everyone's individual bone structure is, it's going to determine the features of the face, how they're aligned. It's very important to get that structure down and to understand how to draw it. Now, what's the good thing about Burne Hogarth's book? The guy is a master at drawing faces. You will find in this book several kinds of faces. You'll find faces on how to draw children, how to draw adults, how to draw teenagers. And what's so interesting about this particular book, Drawing the Human Head, is that there's a section which shows how to draw the faces and bone structures of different races. Different races have different things that are central to that particular race. It's an incredible book. This guy Hogarth, he is the founder of the School of Visual Arts in New York City, and I'm not getting paid to rep his book. But I've found that it's a great foundational book for every serious caricature artist to have. And here's how you study it. You read the lessons in it, you literally copy verbatim. I don't care if you have to trace it at first. Copy verbatim the drawings that he has in there. What's going to happen if you do this consistently is that your art, your way of approaching a caricature is going to change. You're going to know instinctively where the correct placement of the features and the relationship should be. Relationships are very important. I don't care if you're an exaggerator, if you're a cartoonist, or if you're drawing caricatures literally. You gotta have a point of departure. I'm taking a long time to say that. but it has to be emphasized. I draw exaggerated. I also draw cartoony. But maybe some of you don't know that I started out drawing literally as just drawing portraits. It's very important to have that skill in drawing portraits, because you're going to use that skill as a point of departure, okay? And you're going to also use that as an anchor, when you're kind of, what do you call it, stretching, okay? When you're kind of exaggerating. You're going to use that as an anchor. And this book definitely teaches you. It definitely teaches you, what to recognize, what to look for, and how to do it. I strongly suggest, that you do that. Also, another thing that you can do is just spend your time, in libraries, at museums especially. If you have an opportunity to study the human skeleton, particularly the head, study it, draw it. Get this in your head, because pretty soon what will happen is when you're approaching a face, you'll kind of see the bones underneath, and you'll be able to actually construct your faces with a lot more confidence, and they'll be in proportion. This is something that you must do, and this is something that's not really emphasized, because in recent years in art instruction, people are told incorrectly that it's what you feel. Make no mistake, folks, art is a discipline. It's very difficult to do. It takes practice to do, and you must practice at least 2 to 3 hours consistently every day. And if you don't punk out and give up, your art skills will improve. I can guarantee it. I've done it. I know this works. Okay? So this is Elgin, Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant. Buy that book if you're serious. If you're just playing around, you don't even have to listen to any of this.